You are welcome again to our YouTube channel. On this video of today, we are going to be showing you common mistake in sewing. There are so many of them, but we are going to do some part of the common mistake in sewing we have. Number one we have on the board here, it is straight stitches. How to get our straight stitches, especially for beginners. You need good stitches. Without good stitches, you cannot sew well. If you have stitches to make like even 100 stitches, how do you make them come out in the same way, in the same straight line? So we are going to learn how to make straight stitches. I'm going to be using a black thread for the sake of this tutorial. Normally I'm not supposed to use black to sew white, but we are going to use black in order for stitches to be visible. So as I'm starting now, you can see that I've already placed my foot at the edge of this material. By the time I'm going to sew the second line, I will ensure this same foot is on that first line that I made. Then try and do it gradually as a beginner. Don't rush, don't be in a hurry. Just take it step by step so that you will be able to make your straight stitches straight. So this is the first line. I'm taking it in a gradual process in order for you to learn and practice it. And as I'm sewing, I'm equally directing it from behind. I don't leave my material for my machine to just be sewing it. You have to guide the back. You can see the straight line, very, very straight. Ensure that the machine foot, the edges of this first line of stitches. Then follow it gradually like that. Follow it step by step. Ensure it's at the side. It's very close to your first line. You will discover that the line will be so straight and be equal. Equal lines. You can see the second line, the third line, same thing. So if I told you I'm going to make 100 lines today, with this step of using machine foot to control your stitches, you'll be able to make straight and perfect stitches. Beginners, please pay attention to this tutorial. It's very, very important. Very, very important. You can see my line. They are so neat. They are so straight. You can see how straight they are. And this equal size. So if you are using a straight machine, a manual normal straight machine, it will even give you a wider space, the bigger one of that one. Then the smaller one will give you something close to this. Please try and put it into practice. This is all for now for the straight stitches. Then number two, a common mistake we make in sewing is zip stand. Why did I call it zip stand? Because the difference between male and female in making zip is very, very wide. Because a lot of us make this mistake. Like when we are making skirt, for example, or we are making a gown, for example, we don't have a matching zip, and we want to hide the zip inside the gown or inside the skirt without the zip being visible. The side that's a little flat supposed to face there is a place it's supposed to face because it's for a female. Then if it is male, there is a side it's supposed to face because it's for a male. The difference between male clothes and female clothes is where each of them face. One is facing from left to right. That is the female dresses. When you are making a zip stand, you are making a body stand. The female body stand from left to right. While the male body stand start from right to left. The second mistake in sewing is about the zip stand. The zip stand. Right now, I'm going to use these 8 pieces to make a line, a straight line, where I'm going to sew my zip. I will sew it down straight, then I will open it so that I can sew a zip. And I'm even using color. Why I'm using color is for you to understand exactly what I was talking about. So I'm going to open it in order for me to make my zip. Right now I'm removing my allowance for my zip. Normally our zip is about 8 inches. So we are going to mark 7.5 where our zip will stand, where it will stand and where it will end. So it's about 7.5. I need to sew it so that we can start it. So we open it so you can accommodate our zip. This is our allowance for zip. Normally, you are supposed to iron here out. You are supposed to iron here. You iron here. Once you join your zip allowance, you open here. You iron it down. You iron it down facing side. Because we don't have the matching color of this material, we are going to use this color. I am not saying it's good to use a different color. At times some colors are very difficult to get, but we know that certainly not white. There are colors that are difficult, and you want to hide the zip inside the material. This was the zip stand I was talking about. If you want to make this, ensure that this flap face from your left hand side to your right hand side. Don't put your zip from your right hand side to left hand side. This is exactly what I was explaining. You can see it. If you put it like this and sew it, it does not stand as a female dress. It indicates men wears. But if you sew it from this side to this side, from left to right, this is where you get it correctly, because it's a female dress or it's a female skirt. Anything feminine, it faces from left hand side to right hand side. The men's side face from right hand to left hand side. So I'm going to cover this zip inside because I don't want it to show. I'm assuming that I don't have the color of this material. I don't have the color, so I'm using a different material to sew in order for me to hide the zip inside and ensure that that zip is facing the feminine side of my material. I will sew the flap from my left hand side to the right hand side, my flap facing left to right. So this is it. As you can see, I'm making my zip from left hand side to right hand side. Please never make female clothes from right to left. It's from left to right. I do slice my zip at the down. I will slice it from the down here. As you can see, my zip is neatly done and covered without even knowing that I use a very contrast color on it. So, as you can see, we are done with the making of the zip. Like what I was explaining to you, you can see the flap from the left, it's coming from the left hand side, covering it to the other side of the right hand side. Then the second stitching inside, you cannot even see. You can see that it's covered. We only use black to illustrate because I just want you to see the stitches the way they are. So when you are making your straight zip, maybe you don't have a color that actually match with your material, you can make your zip like this. But ensure you cover it very well so that that color will not show or to not pronounce when the customer wear it. Then the left hand side to the right hand side, ensure your zip is coming from left to right. Anything that is feminine is from left to right hand side. While the main clothes come from right to left. So you can see it. So you can see the zip that is very neat and is very straight because I'm using my machine foot to sew. Well, once you are sewing with your machine foot, your stitching will be so straight and fine. But if you don't know how to make use of your machine foot, you can never get good stitches. So go and practice this. Whatever you are having your difficulties, just come to your comment section and ask us questions. We are expecting your questions in our comment section. If you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, like, share with your friends because we have a lot to deliver on this our channel. You will learn a lot from us. This is Exotic Designs. Thank you.